What up, guys? LocsNLoad Fire Reviews here today. Alright, guys, so a lot of you guys hit me up in the DMs, when things come out policy-wise, news-wise, politics-wise. A lot of you guys like to hit me up and let me know. I don't mind it too much because sometimes you guys give me useful information like this. A lot of times you guys give me bullshit. But this is actually useful information. So what this is specifically for the state of Florida like me. So as Floridians, you guys are really going to want to check this out, especially if you are a gun owner, because like I said, the next 4 years, this is going to be about your gun rights and protecting your rights. And here they come. All right. So this is, let me go back. This is the bill that they're trying to pass right now. All right. It's called SB 370, Assault Weapons and Large Capacity Magazines. Right, and so what they're trying to do is ban all that shit. Right, assault weapons and large capacity magazines, prohibiting the sale or transfer of an assault weapon or a large capacity magazine, providing criminal penalties, prohibiting possession of an assault weapon or a large capacity magazine, requiring certificates of possession for assault weapons or large capacity magazines, lawfully possessed before a specific date. So they're gonna let you keep what you got, just as long as you let them know what you got. All right, requiring the Department of Law Enforcement to maintain a file of such certificates. All right, so before we get into the bill, who is passing this bill? Who is the orchestrator of this? All right, and so that guy's name is Senator Gary, I'm gonna put a picture up, Senator Gary M. Farmer Jr. He's a Democrat, right? And he is elected to District 34, so that's Broward County. All right, a little bit about Mr. Farmer. He's done a lot of stuff that we probably don't really agree on, right? And all of this is really this year too. Fees, marijuana establishment license, taxes on recreational marijuana, adult use, marijuana legalization, the death penalty, prohibited record keeping related to firearms and firearm owners, correctional privatization, the private owning of prisons, well stimulation, inmate confinement, supermajority vote for legislative preemption, assault weapons and large capacity magazines, sale and delivery of firearms, safe storage of loaded firearms. This guy is doing nothing but coming for your firearms. And this is all this year. January 11th, January 12th, January 14th, all of 2021. All right, so let's get into the bill. All right, so it's 18 pages. I'm not gonna read everything. I'm gonna do a little paraphrasing, but for the most part, I'm gonna try to read as much as I can straight from the bill. I'm gonna put the web address in the description link so you yourself can do your own research, because I don't want you guys to just take what I say, because I'm only one person. I'm a human being, so I am subject to mistakes and messing up. So make sure you do due diligence and research yourself. All right. So this is the SB 370. All right. And it says, a bill to be entitled, an act relating to assault weapons and large capacity magazines, creating S.790.301, FS. Okay. Defining terms, prohibiting the sale or transfer of an assault weapon or large capacity magazine, providing exceptions, providing criminal penalties, prohibiting possession of assault weapon or a large capacity magazine, providing exceptions, providing criminal penalties, requiring certificates of possession for assault weapons or large capacity magazines lawfully possessed before a specific date, providing requirements for certificates, requiring the Department of Law Enforcement to adopt rules specifying the form of the weapons or large capacity magazines documented by such certificates, providing conditions for continued possession of such weapons or large capacity magazines, providing requirements for an applicant who fails to qualify for such a certificate, requiring certificates of transfers of certain assault weapons or large capacity magazines, providing requirements for certificates of transfer, requiring the Department of Law Enforcement to maintain a file of such certificates, providing for relinquishment of assault weapons or large capacity magazines, providing requirements for transportation of assault weapons or large capacity magazines under certain circumstances, providing criminal penalties, specifying certain circumstances in which the manufacture or transportation of assault weapons or large capacity magazines is not prohibited, exempting permanently inoperable firearms from certain provisions. It gets in the amendment, providing enhanced criminal penalties for search offenses when committed with an assault weapon, large capacity magazine. All right, and this goes into the definition. What is an assault weapon by their definition? All right, assault weapon means any selective fire firearm capable of fully automatic, semi-automatic, or burst fire at the option of the user or any of the following specified semi-automatic firearms. Has all AK series. You got AK, AKM, AKS, AK-47, AK-74, ARM, Mag 90, anything AK. Right? They got all the ARs, AR-10, AR-15, the AR-180s, DPMS rifles, Smith & Wesson M&P-15s, Colt AR-15, Rock River AR-15s. Anything AR-15, and it goes on down the list more firearms. Barrett 82A1s, Beretta A70s, Bushmasters. They got the Scars on here, PS90s, High Points. They even got High Points on here. Goddamn. SIGs, all those. Anything that is semi-automatic or takes a detachable magazine, they want banned. So any of that. So even if you look on this list, I don't see Springfield M1A on here, but like it says, large capacity magazine or takes a detachable magazine. Alright. And it says, a part or combination of parts which converts a firearm into an assault weapon, or any combination of parts from which an assault weapon may be assembled if those parts are in the possession or under the control of the same person. So they don't want you to build firearms anymore. They're trying to find a way to where they can control where you can't just buy a trigger. It has to be serialized from a gun store. You can't just buy a pistol grip. You can't just buy sights. Everything has to come serialized from a manufacturer gun store. And then you have to, register it. I bought iron sights. I bought a pistol grip. I bought this. I bought that. All right. Any semi-automatic firearm not listed in the sub-paragraphs 1 through 4, which meets any of the following criteria. So, like I said before, just because you don't see your rifle, your firearm on that list, if it fits this criteria, this is what they're going after. All right. A semi-automatic rifle that has the ability to accept a detachable magazine and has one or more of the following: a folding or telescopic stock. Well, there goes your ARs. A pistol grip, a thumbhole stock, or a Thornton type grip. Never heard of that, or stock, or any other characteristic that can function as a grip. A bayonet mount, a flash suppressor or threaded barrel designed to accommodate a flash suppressor. A grenade launcher, or a shroud attached to the barrel or that partially or completely encircles the barrel, allowing the bearer to hold the firearm with the non-trigger hand without being burnt, but excludes a slide that encloses the barrel. A semi-automatic pistol that has an ability to accept a detachable magazine and has one or more of the following. So you can't even, Glocks, SIGs, CZs, pretty much all of our pistols, because nobody's really shooting revolvers. So any modern handgun, they're really coming after, because pretty much every modern handgun takes a detachable magazine. Right? And so back to it. The capacity to accept a large capacity magazine that attaches to the pistol at any location outside of the pistol grip. A threaded barrel capable of accepting a barrel extender, flash suppressor, forward hand grip, or silencer. A slide that encloses the barrel and that permits the shooter to hold the firearm with the non-trigger hand without being burnt. Seems like they really want you to get burnt. A manufactured weight of 50 ounces or more when the pistol is unloaded. A semi-automatic version of an automatic firearm. So I guess you can't have a... Because if you get like a Glock 18, which is full auto, but you don't make it full auto, it's basically just a Glock 17. So, Any feature capable of functioning as a protruding grip that can be held by the non-trigger hand, or a folding, telescopic, or thumbhole stock. A semi-automatic shotgun that has one or more following down here. So semi-automatic shotguns, they're coming for you guys too. No, folding telescopic stock. a pistol grip, thumb hole, or something that helps you grip the shotgun better. A fixed magazine capacity in excess of 5 rounds, or an ability to accept a detachable magazine. So they don't want you to have a shotgun that holds more than 5 rounds, and they don't want you a shotgun that has a detachable magazine. Any semi-automatic pistol or semi-automatic centerfire or rimfire rifle with a fixed magazine that has the capacity to accept more than 10 rounds of ammunition. A part or combination of parts designed or intended to convert a firearm to an assault weapon, or any combination of parts from which an assault weapon may be assembled if those parts are in possession or under the control of the same person. And so it gives like definitions. We know what a detachable magazine is, right? An ammunition feeding device that can be removed from a firearm without disassembly of the firearm action. Fixed magazine. Ammunition feeding device contained in or permanently attached to a firearm in such a manner that the device cannot be removed without disassembly of the firearm action. Here's what they define as large capacity magazines. An ammunition feeding device with the capacity to accept more than 10 rounds, or any conversion kit, part, or combination of parts from which such a device can be assembled if those parts are in the possession or under the control of the same person, but does not include any of the following. A feeding device that has been permanently altered so it cannot accommodate more than 10 rounds. A 22 caliber tube ammunition feeding device. A tubular magazine contained in a lever action. Licensed gun dealer, meaning a person who has a federal firearms license, sale or transfer. A person within the state distributes, transfers, or imports into the state, sells, keeps for sale, or offers, or exposes for sale. I hate how they do all that. Alright, and if you do all that wrong, you're committing a felony of the 3rd degree. Alright? And let's see. It's talking about people who are transferring and selling. Says if the person who transfers, sells, or gives an assault weapon or large capacity magazine to anybody 18 years or younger is in violation of this section and commits a felony of the 2nd degree. So if you give somebody under 18, like your son, a rifle, now you committed a 2nd degree felony. Whereas back in the past, dad buys his 16-year-old son a rifle, it's all cool. But now they don't want you to do that. Alright, what page are we on? We're on page 8. Alright, it's talking about selling. If you sell it without it going through a federal firearms license, i.e. a gun store, they're gonna say you're committing a felony because they don't want you to do private sales no more. They want everything to go through a gun store. They want everything you do to be registered. You went to buy ammo, they want to know when, how much, and what time, and how much you paid. You bought a pistol grip, they want to know what pistol grip, what gun store, for what rifle, and what meaning did you need that pistol grip for. They want the whole fucking gamut, y'all. And if you ask me, it's a huge violation of your privacy. Like, it doesn't matter. It's lawfully stated in the Constitution, shall not be infringed. And it really blows my fucking mind how it says right there, shall not be infringed. I got the perfect shirt for this occasion. It's in cursive, but it's the 2nd Amendment right here by A7. So go out, support them. This is the perfect shirt for this occasion because these people obviously can't read. Alright, and okay, now let's talk about where you should be able to take your firearm and transfer it. Where, if you do have it, you get your certificate, you're grandfathered in with your rifle. Where can I take this rifle? Where can I use it lawfully? Alright, before I get there, I kind of skipped this part. They were talking about certificate of possession, so I want to go over that section. A person who lawfully possesses an assault weapon or a large capacity magazine before October 1st, 2021 shall apply by October 1st, 2022, or if such a person is a member of the military or naval forces of this state or of the United States and is unable to apply by October 1st, 2022 because he or she is or was on official duty outside of this state, shall apply within 90 days of returning to the state to the Department of Law Enforcement for a certificate of possession with respect to such assault weapon or large capacity magazine. The certificate must contain a description of the assault weapon or large capacity magazine which identifies it uniquely, including all identification numbers, the full name, address, date of birth, and a thumbprint of the owner. They want that thumbprint. They want you in the system. Alright, and any other information as the department may deem appropriate. The department shall adopt rules no later than January 1st, 2022 to establish procedures with respect to the application for and issuance of certificates of possession pursuant to this section. The thumbprint application shall be taken by a law enforcement agency or the Department of Law Enforcement together with any personal identifying information required by federal law to possess fingerprints. Alright, so they want you to have a license, and on that license it's supposed to say AR-15, your magazines, and you're supposed to have your thumbprint on there. Stupid if you ask me. Alright. A person who has been issued a certificate of possession for an assault weapon or a large capacity magazine under this section may possess it only under the following conditions: at that person's residence, place of business, or any other property owned by that person, or on property owned by another person with the owner's expressed permission. While on the premise of a target range of a public or private club or organization organized for the purpose of practicing shooting at targets. While on a target range that holds a regulatory or business license for the purpose of practicing shooting at that target range. While on the premise of a licensed shooting club. While attending any exhibition, display, or educational project that is about firearms and is sponsored by, conducted under the auspice of, or approved by a state law enforcement agency or nationally or state recognized entity that fosters proficiency in or promotes education about firearms or. Alright. One thing I don't like about this, it seems like anytime you do something gun related, you always gotta have a law enforcement agency or some kind of government there. It seems like every time you go out shooting, they want some kind of government figure there. Hey, what type of targets you shooting at? No, those are human-sized targets. No, go to circles and shapes and shit. Don't be trying to shoot people. No, those guys don't do that. You shooting too fast. Oh no, guys don't do that. You're too tactical. Like I don't. That's where I see this shit is going. All right. It says if applicant fails for a certificate of possession under this, fails to qualify for such a certificate after the investigation required under this subsection, the applicant shall arrange to relinquish all assault weapons or large capacity magazines in or her possession as provided in the subsection within 10 days of issuance. That means if you somehow you don't get the certificate or you have it and it gets taken from you, you have 10 days to turn in all your shit. Alright. And it goes on. I really want you guys to read all this because there's a lot of stuff here. It talks about transferring buying guns and ammunition. It talks about how you're going to transport firearms. It talks about what you can do if you're building. Talk about gunsmithing. When it comes to gunsmithing, they don't want you to build ARs in the house like we usually do. They want you to have to go to a gunsmith and have them do it. Right? And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I'm gonna put the link in the description box. I want you guys to go check this out. And I also want you guys to go contact Mr. Senator Gary M. Farmer. He has where's his little contact? There's a little contact info button down there. Anyway, I'll put a picture up because I saved it of his contact information where you can go to contact him. And I also want you to contact your local city and state representative and let them know that SB 370 needs to go away. It's a huge infringement upon our rights. It's not just a huge infringement, it is a straight infringement. Up, down, left, right, front, back, side to side. You hit him like that, he gotta die. That's exactly what the fuck they're trying to do to the Second Amendment right now. Alright, so I want you guys to get active. The last 4 years was all about, white, black, racial, this and that, Trump and shit. Now, for these next 4 years, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of race people of all races, in Congress now. You got black people, you got whites, you got Hispanics, you got Asian, you got all kind of fucking people in Congress, and they all trying to come for your 2A. So the next 4 years is gonna be about your rights versus these motherfuckers, right? And so we're gonna see how it plays out, but it's gonna be an interesting 4 years. If you thought, hey, Trump is gone, I can back off. No. So we went through one attack, we made it through one attack, and now we're gonna have another attack. And that's how it's just gonna be, y'all. As an American, you just gonna have to be attacked, and that's why you need your Second Amendment, because motherfuckers is coming for you whether you like it or not. There was never been a point in time in history where everything has just been good. I mean, really. Never has there ever been a point in time where shit has just been good. Everybody was all kumbaya, my lord. There's always been fighting. There's always been war. There's always been death. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to happen going on into the future. So you either suck it up, buttercup, and accept the reality and prepare yourself for that reality, or you put your head in the fucking dirt and you tell yourself whatever the fuck you want to tell yourself, that that's just not real. And XYZ is going to split the sky and come save you and take you to wherever the fuck. But I digress. Anyway, I want you guys to check this out, especially in Florida. And for you guys in the other states, keep your eye open, because it starts here and it's going to spread to other places. Right? So on top of that, like, comment, subscribe, join our Patreon if you want gun deals. Especially now, especially in Florida. Get you an AR-15, because he said by October 1st, 2021, if this passes, that's the thing. If this passes, if we fight it and get that shit up out of here, like, hey, homeboy, that shit ain't gonna fly. No, good. But I'm just letting you guys know, be vigilant, stay safe, stay dangerous. LocsNLoad out.